This podcast is for entertainment purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please seek a medical professional or healthcare provider if you're seeking any medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Thanks, everyone.
Welcome to Patreon and our setup. It's not permanent, but
yeah, it's a little something. We're trying things out.
Check out the TikTok so you could all see how I walked into her house with all of this shit here today.
Julie just came in with a bunch of boxes and you did very well. I can't carry the amount that you carry.
Anyway, so yeah, there's a work in progress. There's a leaf here that really wants to get up close and personal with me. It's I just feel something tapping me. What the fuck is that? Anyway, so welcome. Oh, I have the microphone a little far. It's Patreon. You guys love us. We love you. You know. We're trying.
There we go.
Okay, there. Yeah, it's no longer kind of attacking me. So yeah, these are our first little things.
All right, that's better. Okay. I just wanted to... Okay.
And we have a very interesting topic today for Patreon.
We're starting our October series. Oh, no, well, we already started, right?
Yeah, but we'll be starting...
Yeah.
Well,
this is our spooky stuff.
No, but the old-timey meds already came out.
Oh, true. Okay,
by the time this one comes out.
This is our second episode. Creepy Halloween crap.
For Patreon, at least, yeah, exactly. But the weekly will be starting soon. Anyway, so before we start this Patreon episode, I have a confession to make to Evie.
Oh my god, are you pregnant?
No, fuck that. Cheers. No.
I was like, they'll drink
that. I found your boyfriend.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. He's highly recommended.
Is it a dildo? Oh, who's that? What is it?
As I was buying all these things, I saw that, and he's got a pet. He's got pets. He's got the 6-pack.
Who needs a man when I have this?
So I'm like, I gotta get you that. I'm looking out for you.
Thanks.
What do you want to name him?
I don't know.
We'll stop it. Travis. Okay, that sounds, yeah.
He looks like a Travis.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a bro.
He's cute. Okay, anytime that someone fucks me up, I'm just gonna
go to Travis. So there was that. And then I got myself a little creepy.
Oh my god, that's actually really cute.
It's an old-timey little...
Yeah.
What do you call those? The ones with the...
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
You mean.
But since it's Halloween and we're doing Halloween series, and then my earrings, of course, too much.
I know. I should have been more creative like Julie.
I know. I got you some stuff. I brought extras. Okay. I'm trying to think ahead. And then, of course, we started late today because my smart ass, forgot the microphones. Incredibly important for a podcast. And what did I do? I forgot them. I forgot them at home. So I had to go all the way and whatever, but we're back. Anyway, so yeah. Today, talking now that all that's out of... I have to. I got the plant. I got that. I'm like... And then we got this, but you can't see it.
I know.
But it's a heart-based vlog. And that... It's coming along.
Thanks, Mario.
And then, yeah, Mario donated that to us, so yeah. Anyway, what we're talking about today is something it was your idea. It's really, really interesting. A bunch of movies have been made about it. If you want to get a little closer, like I did, just in case. Anyway, you came up with this idea when we were trying to shop of what
we
to
were trying to figure out what to do for October episodes, and we wanted to make it creepy.
Yeah.
And there's really not a lot of medical science
behind it.
Yeah,
But
they've done studies.
They've done like studies
you know?
and theories and things like that.
Lots of
but
theories.
It's super cool.
It's really cool, yeah. And more when I started doing this research, I was like, God damn, like
I know.
I mean,
you can dive into a whole entire world.
oh,
about
you could
this.
go into a pretty big rabbit hole about it because even then the studies that were made, like there's some conspiracies about them too, which we'll talk, we'll touch upon and all that stuff. But we're talking about near-death experiences.
Yes.
And this actually comes out on Friday, October the 13th. So we're like, yeah, let's make it extra creepy, extra something.
I have personally never had a near-death experience. Have you?
No, neither have I.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Yeah,
At least
thankfully.
not yet. No.
Yeah, I have not either.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Oh, I mean, did you?
I cannot have that for a very long time.
No.
I will be fine.
Oh boy. But have you, like, when you were doing your rotations, residency or whatever, did you meet anybody that, during your med school years, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, during med school we had hospice visits and stuff like that. But in peds, like where I did my like true like core training and stuff like that, we had palliative care. But no, a lot of, in peds and stuff, I feel like the near-death experiences where people have these like visions and things are like, I don't think I've ever seen one like with a kid,
Yeah. No, and that's why, like, I bring up, like, maybe med school while...
With adults, I never had an experience, or I never had an adult like up and tell me, this is what happened.
Yeah.
A lot of these people that have near-death experiences is near-death, so they end up
Yeah.
surviving. But it's kind of crazy the things that you see with a person that is close to that side, closer to that side than they are here.
Yeah.
They start, talking and saying things, and it's almost like they're living in a memory.
Yeah.
It's like very creepy.
It is creepy. Like, that's for sure. It's creepy.
I've had, like people like call out certain people that are on that side.
Right.
That are dead.
Right. And that's what we're going to talk about. Like, that there's a lot of similarities even amongst
in the
people.
stories,
exactly. In the stories of even people that have never even like met each other. They don't know about each other's stories and stuff, yet they have like similarities here and there. So yeah. Anyway. So what are near-death experiences?
So basically, you are near death, so you are dying, and you basically have some sort of, I don't want to say the word imagination, but maybe like vision, maybe some audio, like people talking to you or something.
Right. Kind of like,
everyone says that they like kind of see like this light or something like that. That's pretty much everyone.
Right, exactly. That's why there's like a lot of similarities between seeing people that, have passed, the light, then also some, like, a lot of people talk about a woman that they like see, they go to this different realm and they all have like this very euphoric type of feeling. And then, it's the feeling of happiness, of just like very calm and peace and love, like just very good feelings, overall. I haven't, at least in the research that I did, there's probably a lot there. And even stories that I included here, most of it, I'm going to say like 90% of it, they all like said, yes, it was a beautiful experience. It changed me in my living, in my, daytime, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, in my living life, because I want to experience that again, because it was such a peaceful, loving, bright, like sensation. But anyway, it's very creepy. So the actual definition, we're going to, instead of saying near-death experience the whole time, we're just going to say NDE, for short. NDEs are common patterns of events that people experience when they are experiencing intense threats, they're seriously ill, or they're like very, very close to death. Some of them, some of the stories that I'm going to include here is that the heart stops for like maybe a couple of minutes or whatever, at least on the monitors. The doctors come back after the person said, hey, I experienced this. Like, well, yeah, your heart actually stopped for like a minute or two, or maybe even a little longer, So they're like, oh, okay. So there's a lot of that as well. Common features that they share are seeing a bright light, feeling detached from one's body, and then having that sense of peace, love, all those beautiful things. And then they can be very intense. And like I had said earlier, they can be life changing because people want to chase and experience that again and understand where that came from. Why did that happen? Where is that? Is it real? Was it a hallucination? Like, what is it? So yeah. And then I included some of the history as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like crazy when you start researching these things. There's history to everything.
Yeah. So
You could just dive into this world.
oh, absolutely. And that's the thing. Like, everybody has different histories, and I'm only focusing on the US here because if you want to go to like overseas, then you encounter like different religions and different cultures, and then they all see that in a very different way.
Yeah.
And then document it in a very different way too. So NDEs have been recorded since ancient times. The oldest known medical report of an NDE was written in the 18th century by Pierre Jean de Monchaux.
I swear, I
Sure,
feel like
so?
everyone and their mother that invented something or came up with something, their name is like Jean-Pierre.
I'm butchering that name, but yeah. He was a French military doctor. In the 19th century, a few studies of NDEs were conducted, but it wasn't until the 20th century that NDEs became a more widely studied phenomenon. And then in the 1890s, French psychologist Victor Egger coins the French term. I'm going to try to say this as good as I can. This is in French, so pardon my French, literally. Expérience de mort imminente.
I'm not going to get any better than that. So.
I mixed in some Spanish in there because it is a love language. There's Latin, and kind of, I don't know, whatever. Don't kill me for this, okay? I'm trying. And in English, it means experience of imminent death, based on discussions with philosophers and psychologists about climbers' stories of Here we go again. Here we go again. And I wrote this. Panoramic.
Yeah.
I wrote these notes. I even practiced them yesterday. And today I was even like, onomatopoeia. I'm driving over here like a crazy person. Onomatopoeia, anesthetizing, anesthesia, onomatopoeia, anemone. And I can't say panoramic. Okay. So, based on discussions with philosophers and psychologists about climbers' stories of panoramic life reviews during falls.
Okay.
Okay, so very specific about climbers when they fall,
Yeah.
their experiences. But I mean, yeah, I didn't even think of that. Like when you're falling.
Oh, dude, I don't even know. Like, these things make me nervous to think about these things because I never want it to happen to me.
Yeah,
I never want to experience that fall.
It's the worst. I can't. I can't do roller coasters because of the
Can you
fall.
imagine a person that falls for more than a couple of seconds? They have time to think about what's happening.
You're conscious that you're falling to your death.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's creepy.
it's very creepy. This Victor Egger apparently studied specifically that. 1892, Albert Heim. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Reports a series of subjective NDE observations from workers, war soldiers, climbers, and others who had come close to death. This is the first time NDEs are described as a clinical syndrome. In 1968, Celia Green publishes an analysis of 400 first-hand accounts of out-of-body experiences. The first attempt to classify such experiences in 1969, Swiss-American psychiatrist Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, maybe. Kubler,
I think.
Kubler-Ross. Okay. Publishes her book On Death and Dying, which helps to raise awareness on NDEs. In 1972, John C. Lilly first uses the term near-death experience, and 1975 psychiatrist Raymond Moody popularizes the term near-death experience in his book Life After Life, which describes the different elements of NDE. Modern studies report that NDEs occur in about 17% of critically ill patients and 10 to 20% of people who have come close to death. So, a good number. 17% are a good number.
What do you think, or what do you feel is the closest you've ever been to a potential death experience? Have you ever had one? I think I could probably come up with one for myself, and you know this story.
Go first because mine is stupid.
My alligator experience.
What alligator
Remember
experience?
when I went hiking at nighttime with one of my friends?
I know you've done that like a million times, and I've had to cover for you.
No, I've definitely not gone hiking at nighttime. That was
You
just
oh,
that
I'm
one
think
time.
I'm thinking of the ATV.
Oh yeah. I was like, really?
That's what I was thinking of.
That could have been a near death.
That's why I'm like, well, I mean,
Do you remember when I went hiking at the Everglades with like a really good friend of mine that I didn't get to see often because he would like go
oh
and
yeah,
work.
but he's like a photographer or something like that. Well, he works with the
national parks. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
So this really good friend of mine, he works in these national parks, and I don't get to see him often because he takes jobs, like temporary jobs, from national park to national park, and that's how he travels the world.
Yeah.
So it's awesome, right? But he's very adventurous. So he's not the type of person just be like, hey, you want to grab like dinner and drinks? No. He's like, let's go hiking in the Everglades. And then I'm like, the Everglades? You know, here in Florida, the Everglades is massive, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that there's going to be like a lit up little pathway or something. I know I've lived here in Florida for years, and I've never been to the Everglades.
Mm-hmm.
I've only been to maybe like a little part as I'm on the way to the Keys.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
But to go and ride bike or walk in the Everglades, it's never happened.
Do the white people stuff, yeah.
Yeah, no, never done that. So at first I was like, that's kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Like at nighttime, going to the Everglades, and I'm not in there. Like I don't like doing that. We've already talked about this in the podcast. I'm not that friend that goes and investigates things. I'm the one that stays in the car, like talking, like, why are people doing this?
That's what I was gonna say. There was, after one of our episodes that we talked about La Llorona, she was like, "Get in the house, get in the house," and then we're talking about the same person going to the Everglades, okay, and hiking at night. So
worst decision of my life.
I cannot picture it. I can't picture it.
So I'm like there with my friend, and he's like all excited, and he has like his little like headlight on.
Yeah, he's pro, like
he's
professional.
a pro, right?
Yeah.
And here comes Yvette, like. My little, I don't even know. I was like, I don't even have like hiking gear. Like I just have like my Converse on or something. And
were they at least high tops?
Yeah. I
okay. Well, at least there's that.
So we park in this parking lot, right? And first of all, he's like, oh yeah, we're getting to the Everglades. Once we pass into the Everglades, I see that we were driving for like another 30 or 40 minutes.
At that time, I would be contemplating like, this guy's going to kill me. He's a serial killer and this is my death. This is how I die.
I was like really like, and I remember asking her, I'm like, dude, like, where are we going?
It's like, I thought I knew you. Is there something you want to tell me before you kill me?
I was looking around. For real. Like, death is coming touching on my door. And I'm looking around, and it is pitch black.
Yeah, there's no light.
Black.
There's no light out there. It's
nothing.
bad. It's bad.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it's
we
scary.
go into this little parking lot, okay?
Yeah.
This little parking lot, and there's just one other car.
I'd be convinced that's it. He's going to kill me.
One
He's a
other
serial
car.
killer, and I didn't know. Yeah.
And I tell him, I'm
Yeah.
like, that's weird. There's only like one other car. He's like, no, people hike here all the time.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. To
And
kill
I'm
other
like-
people.
I'm looking.
If I would have seen marshmallows, I'd be like, that's it.
But there was just one other car, right? So I'm like, who the fuck is here? And it's just, so then I look and I'm like, where's the trail? And he's like, oh, it's that way. Pitch black, right? So I'm like, dude, like, I started like thinking in my head, I'm like, what happens if the other person in the car is like watching us and then they're going to kill us and they're never going to find me here and all these things, right?
Exactly what I would have
So
been
what
thinking.
do I do? I get out of the car and I go in for the hike, right?
Instead of calling someone, do you even have signal?
I didn't have signal. Remember I texted you? I was like, hey, I'm going to the Everglades.
Yeah, that was one of those times. That's why I reacted the way that I reacted last night, which is another story. Stay tuned for that. Because I'm like, I'm going to be the supportive mom here and just tell me where you are. And I support your decisions because I want you to be open and honest with me.
So I go to the hike with my friend. He's in front of me. And I cannot see anything. So you know that when you can't see, like your other senses are like hyper focused on things. So I would hear like a branch and I was like,
I would hear like a little, and I'd be like looking around because I was convinced that there was a serial killer and it was that other car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So, and I was telling him, I'm like, man, I don't know, like I feel like, I was like, there's no light anywhere. And I was like already like at that point where I was so scared that I was angry.
Yeah.
I was like, is there no light here? And like frustrated. So then he turns around and he's like, oh, look, there's an alligator. And okay, for like those of you that have never been to the Everglades, there's no fence.
No.
It is.
You and the gator.
There's a sidewalk and barely a sidewalk.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
even like, yeah, it's like,
So I
used to
turn
be a
around,
sidewalk.
I turn around and I see this massive
Yeah.
massive
No, thank you. No, thank you.
alligator.
Nope.
Okay?
Nope. Immediately no.
Massive.
Immediately no.
And I cannot think of another word but massive.
Yeah.
With his mouth
A full ass dinosaur.
full ass dinosaur open.
Yeah. No.
And
No.
you know when you're so scared that you can't breathe, you stop breathing?
Yep.
And it was so close to me. Like, I'm telling you, like,
Right
maybe
there, yeah.
2 feet away.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Oh my God.
And he was just not moving. He was just with his mouth open. And I start like taking a step back because I was like, I don't want to move.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And I start moving backward. And my friend's like, no, don't take too many steps backwards because there's more behind you. And I turn around and I see like 10 alligators. Okay.
This man wanted to kill you.
And hold on a second, he's like 20 feet, you know, like, he kept on going. Like, he was like just trotting along with alligators all over. So what did I do? I ran for my life.
Of course you did.
Do you know, like in a movie when people like run for their lives?
Yeah.
Screaming?
Yeah.
That is what I did. I ran.
Valid.
I couldn't see anything,
It's
by the way.
valid,
I couldn't
though.
see anything. It was just dark. I could only see like maybe the light to where the parking lot was, but I could not see anything like in between or anything. I just ran for my life. Okay. And I forgot to mention the person that was with that other car, he actually passed us on the way, like before the alligator situation.
Uh-huh.
He actually passed us and it was just one guy. One guy.
Serial killer.
Open. One guy. And
Yeah. He went to visit the
I was like, who
Yeah.
is here by himself?
serial killer that went to visit his, whatever you call that, like the scene of the crime where he fed someone to an alligator.
That was my near-death experience.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
Did anything flash through your mind? Like, or it's just pure adrenaline,
It was
pretty much.
pure
yeah.
adrenaline. It was pure adrenaline, but I have never run for my
that.
life. And everything was it was so fast, it was slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still to this day, I like have it blocked like out of my memory. Like I just remember, the last thing I remember was turning around and seeing those other like 20 alligators and I just ran for my life.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no.
my near-death
No, thank you. No, thank you. No,
Not
thank you.
nearly as bad as these people that we're going to talk about.
No, obviously. But still,
That
it's
was my
like,
near-death experience at the fucking Everglades.
I'm surprised.
I've never gone back to the Everglades.
Yeah.
Did you know there were panthers?
Yeah.
Just trotting along.
Yeah. They just, yeah, they hang in and chill.
Why
and
did
they're-
I think that was a good idea? Like if my daughter told me that she was doing that, I'd be like, are you stupid?
You're
I
like,
guess I'm stupid.
you're like, no, you're not going.
No,
You'll be like, I don't care how hot he is.
put an Apple Air 5 on her. I don't know what I would do.
I don't care how hot he is. You are not going. It's not happening.
I've had patients that got bit by alligators and the moms fight the alligators.
I'm.
If I
No,
have one of
no.
those moms, I'm sure I will. It's going to be one
yeah.
of those adrenaline things.
Exactly.
But the thought about me fighting an alligator,
No,
after what I experienced,
no. Immediately, no.
I would lose.
Immediately,
For
no.
sure.
No.
I'll die trying, but. Anyways, okay, characteristics of NDEs.
Oh my God. Okay.
The out of body experience, I felt that.
You did. You kind of saw a tunnel of
tunnel of
light
light.
because you were going after the light in the parking lot. So valid. You did experience that too? Okay.
What's worse, the serial killer guy or the alligators?
You had two serial killers with you, okay? The guy that took you there, and then the guy that just was walking alone.
I forgot my friend. I left him. Like, I just went back to the car, and like 15 minutes later, he shows up, and he's like, "What happened?"
What do you mean what
The
happened?
most chill person ever. And he was like, "What happened?" And I was like, I ripped him a new one. I was like, I'm like, why would you ever take me to, like a nest of alligators? I was like, can you imagine if I would have stepped on one? They would have eaten me alive. And he was just like, no, they don't bother you if you don't bother them. And I'm like, that's the thing, I would have stepped on them.
Yeah. And then I'd be bothering it.
Bothered. I
need
was
to
so
show you.
pissed.
I need to show you a TikTok of a guy, and I've sent it to Mario. And he does that. He goes into the Everglades, and he calls these gators swamp puppies.
Oh yeah, sure. Cute little puppies.
And then he lights, like with his little fucking light, into the water, and you just see white dots, and all of that are eyes just looking at him. And he like grabs water moccasins. Okay, for those of you that are not from Florida, water moccasins are really dangerous snakes.
Yeah.
And they're very venomous. You're fucked. If you get bit by one, hurry the fuck up to the nearest hospital because it's
I
bad.
don't know how I was gonna get out of there. It took me like 30 minutes just to drive into the little trail.
That's the
I don't
problem.
even call it a trail.
That's the problem with the fucking Everglades, you know? And then this guy just grabs a water moccasin and he's like, eat, eat. And I'm like, the other day I went hiking with Mario to some stupid ass path because we decided to try to be like white people. And stupid, okay? We're both Cuban background. We don't really hike much. The most hiking we do was in San Antonio, Texas, because I mean, they have beautiful hikes. And in Canada, because we go with our friends that are experienced hikers, okay? And they know that we suck at hiking. So they go, they take us to easy fucking hikes that are beautiful, checks out all the boxes. So then what did we do? We're like, we miss hiking from when we went to in Canada. There are hikes here in Florida and in Miami. Why don't we go do that? Mario started looking up, and my dumbass followed him without looking, okay? He said, oh, there's one after going into Key Biscayne, like before Virginia Key, whatever, in one of those keys, whatever. There's one there. Let's go to that. I don't know. It was by the water or whatever. I'm like, okay, let's go. Nobody's been there, and I don't know how long in this trail. And we're walking, and then I started like, you know how you get a sixth sense of things, right? Yeah. Like you were saying, like all these. So I'm walking there we're walking. Clearly nobody is there in this trail with us. Nobody.
No one.
Okay. And then I just see like a shitload. And luckily I'm not very scared of animals. Like I don't know. My dad taught me from very young. I'm weird with animals. Like I'll grab a lizard. Like I'm that type of person. Like it's fine. I'll grab a frog. I'm cool with all that shit. But anyway.
A lizard, I could probably do. A frog?
Well, my mom is still deathly afraid of frogs, so she trained me from early that anytime she saw a frog, I had to get it for her because my dad would work the night shift, so it was just me and her. And then it's like, who's gonna grab the frog? It's not gonna be her. Not gonna be her, so it's gonna be me. There was one time she woke me up dead asleep, and I had school the next day because there was a frog in our sliding door. She couldn't close the sliding door because the frog was there.
Oh my god!
So there went I, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, I don't know, grab the frog, throw it out, whatever.
Oh my god.
Poor little frog. It's cute. Anyway, we're on this trail and I start seeing all sorts of animals. And like Florida animals are not like beautiful, majestic deer, like we saw in San Antonio when you go on these beautiful, like big rack and just a stag and then the cute, like, the mom, with the little, they're not called joeys, those are Bambi. Kangaroos, like Bambis, bro. Yeah, think of Bambi personified, and all these beautiful trails with the hill country, all that stuff. No, here we don't have none of that. None of that cuteness. Here we have fucking reptiles, okay? Reptiles galore and bugs. That's all we have in our trails. So then in this one, I started seeing a massive amount of lizards, iguanas, those Bahamian ones, like all these type of ones, right?
They're like entering their home.
And they're like sunning themselves in the middle of the pseudo trail. And I'm like, this doesn't seem right. Okay, these things don't like sun themselves where they know that people generally go. Like they kind of like stay away from people, right? So I'm like, why the fuck are they here? I'm gonna keep on, like idiots. We keep on, and then all of a sudden I'm there like, da, 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 like, and Mario just grabs me like, "Freya!" And he like throws me to the other side, and then I look, and it's just a fucking water moccasin, just there like coiled up, just looking at us like, bitch. And I'm like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
And this was probably like maybe 2-3 weeks ago max. This was recent, and Mario's like, yeah, we should go. We should go. You know, Mario's like
Florida
you.
people, we gotta.
Mario's like you. And I'm like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. We're going to go back to our normal trail. We're going to go back to our normal walk. We're going to do our normal shit. We went to a farito and we had a great time.
Just killed the joy. We wasn't funny though. We had a great time.
Great time. Beautiful, beautiful trail.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 recommend. You're right on the water. You know, the people are
little bar at the end.
fishing. Exactly. That's what we did. We had a beer at the end of our 4-mile walk. Fantastic. 10 out of 10 recommend. Do not be us Florida stupid idiots going into some fucking Osprey Trail or some bullshit. I don't even know what it was called. It was after a stupid bird. It was... No. I almost died. I didn't even know I was going to almost die because apparently I almost stepped on it, according to him. I didn't even see it. I only saw it when he yeeted me to the other side of the friggin'...
Yeeted?
Yeah, he literally yeeted me. I'm like, what happened? And I look and the little thing is like, hi, I'm here to fuck your life up. And I'm like, great. I almost died.
I'm here to eat you.
And I'm like, yeah, it's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. And then from there on, because it's like exactly what you said, all the senses are like lit up. So I started seeing like the smallest, I saw like a little baby lizard. She was like, how did you even see that? I'm like, I don't know. There's something.
I'm hyper focused on.
Yeah, there's something giving me like that hyper, like I gotta look at everything type of situation. But anyway, well, we digressed hard. But anyway, so characteristics. So you did feel the out of body experience, the tunnel at the end of the light, you know.
The light at the end of the
that.
the tunnel at the end of the light. I would not, but I ain't going in that tunnel. Once I'm at the light, I'm at the light, baby.
How does that work? How does, yeah, like that.
I'm not going into no tunnel.
Then you're going to a pitch black tunnel. Like, what the fuck am I even saying? Oh, my Patreon.
Like, you could go into the tunnel.
Patreon, baby. This is what you get. Stupid shit like this. Anyway, encounters with deceased loved ones. Listen, if I would have encountered a deceased loved one on my way out from seeing that moccasin, I'd be like, nah, this isn't a near life death experience. I died.
We're done.
Straight up dead. And my other, like my family members on the other side would be like, you idiot. That's what you get for being an idiot. Exactly. You're here now with us because you're an idiot.
Why would you do that? Why? You're not scheduled to be here for a very long time.
And it's like, you were born and bred in Florida. Why did you do this?
Florida people do the dumbest shit.
Life reviews. I did review my life. As I'm walking back to the car, I was like, this was dumb.
A sense of unity with the universe.
Somewhat. Feelings of peace, love, and joy. No, I did not encounter
I didn't get that far.
And then a sense of, unity of the universe.
That's in the tunnel, not at the light. That's in the tunnel.
Oh God. Okay. So the stages of NDEs, peace.
Greater appreciation for life.
I
can personally tell you that I had a greater appreciation for life, but to the point that I will never go back to the Everglades.
And now your daughter will never know what the Everglades are either, from other than going to the other coast of Naples.
I'm gonna tell my daughter, like, you know how like our parents,
other coast
like
of Naples, other coast of Florida. As you're going to like Naples, it'd be like, wave at the Everglades. That's it right there.
I'm gonna tell my daughter how my mom, like, you know, like with me, she's like, la droga. They're like, you know, like I was scared shitless of anything and everything. Or like even now my mom is like, cause if you go out by yourself or someone's gonna rape you or something. No, yeah, she wants way too much news. But I swear,
my mom,
Laura, I'm gonna put that fear in her and Everglades.
I hope Nora's not like me because my mom would do that shit to me and then I'd do it even more because she would piss me off by telling me that. I don't know how I'm alive. I don't know how I'm alive. I look back now And I used to go to sketchy ass Miami neighborhoods to party. I don't know how I'm alive. I really don't. Like, I look back on shit now and I'm like, oh my God, thank God I have a boy. I know that's sexist for me to say, and he's going to hang out with Nora, and the two of them are going to be a great team, and they're going to know how to do MMA, and I digress. So stages, peace, body separation. Did kind of feel body separation, to be honest. Entering darkness. In a mental, emotional state, yes, I did enter darkness. Seeing the light, you saw the light. Entering another realm of existence, quite possibly. And then the after effects, greater appreciation of life.
Feeling of being more intuitive.
Yes. 100% yes. Greater compassion for others. No, I wanted to actually murder Mario after that.
Imagine if I would have died by getting eaten by an alligator.
That's what I'm saying. Our ancestors or whoever are waiting for us in the other side of the tunnel, they'll be like, you freaking dingus. You know? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You freaking dingus.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Less concerned for material wealth. Well, yeah.
Travis.
Darkness.
Oh, his name is cute.
I guess.
I like it, darkness.
He has a little lantern. So cute. It's adorable. Anyway, heightened sense of purpose and self-understanding. Desire to learn, elevated spirituality, and feeling of being more intuitive. Yeah. Okay. So medical science and NDEs. You want to take this one over since it's the medical side of you?
So one of the theories is basically dying brain hypothesis. Okay. It's a hypothesis, guys. Okay.
Yeah. It's sounds insensitive, it is insensitive.
Yeah, which basically suggests that near-death experiences are simply a result of the brain shutting down. Listen, if there's anything that I've learned with the brain is that what we are capable of right now, like, we have so much more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much that we don't know about the brain, which is why I kind of believe this hypothesis.
Yeah.
And it's just like even dreaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. That's still very mysterious to us. Like, we know, like, basic concepts of it, but we don't really know, like, you
exactly. It's like dreaming. Like, how do we come up with these dreams? Like, how is it that dreams feel so real sometimes?
Yeah.
But anyways, basically, your brain shuts off, and then you have this feeling of being detached from, like, one's body. So it's like those stories of, like, how people are like, oh, I felt like I was looking at myself or something like that, I guess. That's so fucking creepy. Yeah. And there's even, it's kind of like creepy, but when a person's heart stops working, you still have these, like, brainwaves. Yeah. You can be, don't get me wrong, like, you can be brain dead.
Right.
And then you can have your heart stop. Like, those are, like, two different things.
Right.
But that's why sometimes, like, people, they're like, oh, you know, I felt them move, and they're like, no, that's like normal and stuff, because it's like your brain is still doing things, you know.
It's insane. Yeah.
Until it, like, finally, like, just, you know, runs out of battery.
Right. Okay.
So, but anyways, another theory is a mystical experience hypothesis, which pretty much means that you have a near-death experience, and it's real experiences that occur outside of the body. Dr. Sam Parnia, yeah.
Okay. He's like, you're going to be hearing a lot of him for this episode.
Who extensively studied near-death experiences. In his own study in 2001, argues that the theory is more likely to be correct as it can explain all of the features of near-death experiences. So Dr. Parnia concludes that by stating that NDEs are a complex phenomenon that cannot be explained by the single theory, he believes that NDEs are likely the result of a combination of factors, including both neurological and mystical processes. I feel like I incline more towards this.
Yeah.
But there's people that are spiritual, and there's people that are not, and then there's people that don't literally believe in anything.
Yeah.
That they're like, I'm going to die, and that's it.
Yeah. You know? That's it. Yeah.
So I personally just jump. Like, I think, you know, I remember when I was studying medicine as, like, a first-year med student, there's so much that goes on
Yeah.
in your body, and it's like everything is timed so perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like when you're studying, just like something like stupid, like the way that the kidneys work.
Okay.
It's like everything has a step, everything has a time, everything has a purpose.
Yeah.
One wrong move in that balance,
And that's it. Yeah.
in that equilibrium is like what we call it. And it's like all hell breaks loose.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I am like, how is it that something is so perfect?
I know. And it just boggles the mind exactly like how everything, and it goes back to the theory of evolution and everything, like how everything has evolved in such a perfect way
Yeah.
to make us function every day. It's mind-boggling, really. So that's why like all these things are so mysterious. Like how does the body do these things?
And basically, like, there's no consensus, right?
Yeah.
There is nothing saying this is why this happens,
Right.
why something else happens. It's just theories that people can come up with. And I mean, that's what humans do, is we literally theorize about everything.
Yeah. Sometimes eventually we do find like actual proof of it. But
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
But for something so out of
Yeah.
body and so final, it's crazy how like we have these people that we can ask these questions.
Yep.
And there's like documentaries and stuff
A
like
bunch
that. And
of
they're
them.
super interesting.
super interesting. There's a bunch of them on Netflix too.
Yeah, Netflix. Yeah.
I had seen one not too long ago. It was super interesting, and yeah, like really cool stuff.
My ex did not let me see that. I would watch these things. He's like, "Why are you watching that?"
Are we talking about the one with the special
Yeah.
situation?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be specific, so I don't. Okay,
Anyways.
I have my thoughts, but we're gonna.
But anyways, there's people that don't watch it though.
yeah,
There's people that tell me
there's people that don't believe in science either.
Okay, it's like the person that doesn't want a Ouija board in the house.
Okay,
It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same. If you did not believe in the Ouija board,
I'll watch somebody do a Ouija board. I'll watch it on
have
Netflix.
you ever done a Ouija board?
No,
I've done a Ouija board before.
you haven't told me that.
Yeah.
Did
I've
it
done a
work?
Ouija board.
Did it do something?
All right, I'm gonna say the crazy story. Okay. So I had a
Yes.
Ouija board experience. I know I shouldn't have done that. That's like letting in things, maybe negative things. And I
If you believe in that sort of stuff, yeah.
honestly, after my experience with the Ouija board, I believe in it. I'm just gonna say.
I don't fuck with
believe
it.
in it. Okay.
I don't mess with that stuff.
I did not, when in the time that I did it, I did not believe in it because I was just like, how is like a board,
Right.
you know, that you bought at Walmart.
And it's from Mattel.
Yeah.
The same people that do Barbie.
Barbie. So
I think it's Mattel. I'm pretty
no,
sure it's Mattel.
Mapei, right? Is it? No, Mapei is definitely the people that grouted my floors. I think it's
I'll be like, damn.
those people.
And yeah, it's something very like Mattel. if
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not Mattel,
something
yeah.
like that. But
Fisher Price.
yeah,
Isn't it like Fisher Price?
it's a
It's
board
one of
game.
those.
Like, you can
Yeah.
literally find it at Walmart if you
Yeah,
want it.
and they make kid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in high school and we were on in a day for sure.
Yeah.
Darkness is coming for me. Travis protects me.
See?
Travis is dead. But
Oh, yeah.
so I was like what, 16 or something.
Yeah, prime age for that.
Prime
stuff, yeah.
age for
Yeah.
that shit. And we went to a dance competition in Orlando and someone bought a Ouija board.
Of course they did.
I can't remember who bought the Ouija board, but someone bought the Ouija board.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, oh, let's do it. So it's like all of us, where are our parents at this point? We have no idea. Okay. I did not go with my mom. But we definitely had like parents on the trip, but
They
we
were
have no idea
probably
where they were.
downstairs drinking. They're like,
No,
fuck
it was
this.
at nighttime. Like I remember
I
it was
think
at
it's
night.
even more so. They were
Yeah.
downstairs drinking.
We turned off all the lights and then we opened up the Ouija board.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to the first part of near-death experiences. It's so in-depth, and the second part of it is so good that we're like, you know what?
We're going to do a two-part theory.
And let's do it right. And the next part will come out next week. It's so good. And that's why we wanted to like give it its appropriate timing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it was unexpected. We thought it was going to be one episode. That near-death experiences was going to be one episode. We planned it out for that, but things happened.
I know.
That we just had to make it a two-part series.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support and stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Like, comment, review us on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, etc.
Check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Funny Medicine Podcast. Our Gmail is funnymedicine305@gmail.com. And remember, we are not diagnosing you.
Definitely not. Just funny stuff.
See you later, guys.